Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session. I'm very excited for the conversation that we are going to have today because we are going to learn the art of mastering your mindset. You see, this is something I believe in the most because I've seen that throughout our lives, if there's anything that holds us back, it's the mindset that we have. That you could have all the right skills, you could have all the right talent, you could have all the amazing setup required for you to succeed, and yet you could squander it all away if you don't have the mindset that helps you not only succeed but also maintain the success. So if you're someone who's thinking, and if you're someone who's wondering, how do I really grow, how do I really change my mindset, well, this is the video for you. It's not going to be a comfortable session, and I'm telling you that already. So if you're looking for comfort, don't stick around. But if you're ready for growth, listen in, because this is a conversation that's going to change you, it's going to change your perspectives, and it's going to completely change the way you look at your mindset from this moment on. And I want to begin with a simple yet powerful quote that I'm sure you've related to at some point or the other in your life. And the quote goes like this: when you argue with a fool, you prove there are two. When you argue with a fool, you prove there are two. I'm sure you've had this experience, right? That in your life, there's a friend, there's a family member, there's somebody, and you just know arguing with them, pointless. They're just not going to listen. They're just not going to understand. And you've learned enough by now that if I go and argue with them, I am being the fool. Because if there's one thing for sure about them, it's this: that they are not going to change their mind. They are not going to change the approach and the lens they have towards the world. They'll expect you to change. They'll be irrational with you and around you. And yet, you will be the one left scratching your head, wondering, where did I miscommunicate? What went wrong? But hey, here's the thing: you didn't go wrong. The problem is, the more you try to communicate and the more you try to talk to someone who's hell bent on misunderstanding you, the problem that happens is, it's like this: when you argue with a fool, you prove there are two. You become the fool when you try to change their mind and they are not willing to. But this is something interesting, because I don't just want to stop that this realization at this quote. I want to go deeper into why that is. Why do we find it so hard to change our minds? Why do we find it so difficult to recognize, understand, and accept that, hey, it's okay, I may have gone wrong here? Because if you look at the application of this quote, right, that when you argue with a fool, you prove there are two, the number one premise is that no matter how illogical the other person's argument is, they're going to stick by it like it's the gospel of God. And they're going to pretend as if it's the most important thing in the world. And they're just not going to change their mind, even when you can see through their lies, even when they can see through their lies. And that just confuses you more and more and more. Well, that trait, I am right, is what makes relationship conflicts so challenging and so illogical. Just like that, the same trait of I am right is what blocks you from changing your mindset. Because think about it. Let's say there's a certain way you've been thinking about the world, about work, about life, about business, about relationships, whatever your mindset may be, there is a certain way you're thinking about it, right? And now, in all these years, when you've spent your time thinking about those ways of living, those ways of being, and on the other end of that, you're now realizing, hey, wait a minute, this wasn't the truth. My old mindset was all a lie. I've been sold that false image. Actually, life is actually very, very different, and you're just thinking on those thoughts and worrying about it and wondering about it. And yet, you will find it hard to accept the fact that yes, I've been wrong. Why? Because if you accept that, it becomes proof that everything you believed in the past was also wrong. But deep down, what's the belief you want? What's the identity you hold on to the strongest? I am right. So the more you believe that I am right, the less chances of you changing your mindset and the more chances of you becoming a rigid fool. Because to change your mind and to accept that the different mindset you're seeing somewhere out there is a better one is to accept that previously you were wrong. And it may sound like a simple thing, but I'm sure you know a lot of people. If you look in the mirror, maybe yourself too, and you'll realize you don't like to be wrong. You don't like to be proven wrong, especially not in front of other people. And so, hey, here's the trade off. Do you want to be someone who's stuck? Do you want to be someone who's wondering, what do I do? How do I do? And all these thoughts? Or do you want to be someone who can truly evolve, master, and change their life? Well, if you want to be the second person, the first thing you've got to be ready with is the ability to be wrong, the ability to accept that I have been wrong. Okay. So here's something that I want you to do. We'll quickly understand the logical fallacy that's been holding you back. But rather than explaining it to you logically, right, I'd like to give you a quick experience today. I'd like to help you understand exactly how the mindset shifts happen. So let's do this thing. Wherever you are, if you can, just close your eyes for a second. And when you close your eyes, I would like you to keep your hands on your heart. And whatever I'm going to be saying now, okay, just repeat it after me and allow your mind to take a new set of programming in. Allow your mind to let go of the old programming and allow yourself to create magic in everything that you do. So let's begin, okay? Just trust me on this process. Trust me on what we're doing. Yeah, we're going to have a discussion after this as well, but you will see something shifting. So, hands on your heart, close your eyes. I'll keep my eyes open because I want to keep looking at the camera, but I would like you to close your eyes. And now, whatever I'm saying, let's repeat it together. First, with your eyes closed, take a deep breath in, slowly exhale, and feel this deeper connection with yourself as you've just centered yourself into this moment. And now, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to repeat the statement after me and say, I accept full responsibility of my pattern of wanting to always be right. I know it is not something that is serving me. And so I'm ready to decide now. And I'm ready to be clear. And I'm ready to declare in my life from this moment on, I'm no longer going to operate from a place of ego. I'm no longer going to operate from a place of being right. And I'm absolutely clear. I'm no longer going to operate from a place of thinking and believing that if I change my mind, something is wrong with me. See, the truth is, all my life I've been programmed. And I've been programmed to believe it's not good to be wrong. You must never be wrong. It's always important to be right. But in this moment, I'm ready to question that. I'm ready to ask myself, what's so wrong with being wrong? I know I haven't thought of that before. But this time around, I'm genuinely considering it. Because the truth is simple. I am being someone for whom the priority is clear. I don't care if I'm right or wrong anymore. What I really care about is how I am growing. Because I would rather be someone who is growing and is wrong rather than being someone who is right but being like a fool. And that's why now I'm ready to declare in every area of my life, I'm going to stop focusing on what is right or what is wrong. And I'm going to start focusing on what helps me grow. That's the mindset now. I'm ready to embrace that and I'm ready to grow through that. It's okay if I'm wrong. It's okay to change my mind. And above all, it is okay for me to grow. It's a good sign. So from now on, I'm clear. Whenever I'm wrong, I'll be happy. I'll be super happy. Why? Because I know this is now a moment of growth for me. And I embrace that with full love and full respect for myself. And whenever you feel like it, just take a deep breath in and exhale and open your eyes. And now you can see me on the screen right in front of you. How was that experience for you? Did something shift inside? I'm sure it probably did. Because, see, the core of this whole experience has been simple to help you to recognize this truth that the more okay I am with being wrong, the better life actually gets. And I'll tell you a quick story from my life, okay, where this actually played out for me. When I initially started my coaching, I was very attached to the results that people would get. And the reason I was attached was, well, first, I was feeling a bit inexperienced. I was feeling a bit insecure. I was like, I don't ever want to be wrong. I want to be right. I want to be perfect in my coaching. Because I was thinking that, I realized I had closed my mind off to feedback. I had closed my mind off to learning. And I was trying to pretend everything I already knew, that was more than enough. That was great. But that's actually what was holding me back. But the day I accepted the same reality that you've accepted today, that being wrong is okay, it's not that big of a deal, I actually channel my energy and channel my focus not into thinking about how I'm doing great, but into thinking, how can I do even better? Into thinking, where have I actually gone wrong and how can I continue to improve? So I call on you today, whatever area of life you've been feeling a bit insecure about, or a bit challenged about, or even a bit worried about, I'd like you to pick that up tonight. And with a pen and paper, just note down, if I'm willing to be wrong, if I'm willing to stop being like a fool, if I'm willing to take the lead to create a change, what's the reality I would accept which I'm not accepting today? Let that question sit in your mind. Let that question move around and roam around. Let that question rattle you a bit. I like to say this to my coaches: allow yourself to sit in the discomfort of the realizations. Since today I've given you that experience, right, of what it really means to just start shifting your subconscious a bit, I'd say let's take the discomfort experience as well. So allow yourself to face the discomfort of this realization. I've only been stuck because I've been scared to be wrong. Accept that, appreciate that part of you as well, and you'll realize it's okay, it's completed, it's fully done. And anytime you feel, I need a reminder again, come back to this video, listen to the middle part, reprogram your subconscious once again, and allow the magic to happen. Allow yourself to be wrong, allow the world to be right, allow the universe to be right, and open your doors to new forms of abundance and growth and success. That, my friends, is how you completely shift your mindset, by being okay with being wrong. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you once again tomorrow at the same time, that is 8:30 p.m. IST. Bye. Talk to you soon.